An American scientist by the name of John Wesley Hyatt first synthesized plastic in 1868 as an attempt at creating an ivory substitute for billiard balls. He quickly realized that this invention had far more lucrative uses. Due to the compound's unique and diverse properties, humanity has used the substance in almost every field of production we have, from our food packaging to our medical equipment, and even the materials in our pillows and mattresses. There is, however, a problem with such widespread use of plastics and other such solid wastes. They are resistant to the biodegradation process of microbes and bacteria. So what happens when these items have served their purpose? Where do we go to dispose of these solid waste products? The tip. The dump. Resting place for the world's unwanted solid waste. If you've never seen one before, then you've led a privileged life. There are plenty of landfills in New South Wales, both government-funded and commercially run, but all of them accepting tons of rubbish every day, from residential and commercial sources. While this removes the trash from the public eye, concerns have been raised regarding the future of waste management and the environmental effects that solid waste could cause. New South Wales Department of Energy and Climate Change has enacted measures in order to maintain environmental security in regards to waste management, and none have shown more promise than the dumping levy. However, multiple groups and organisations, including Right Corporate Strategy and the Australian Productivity Commission, suggest that these methods are ineffective against the colossal amount of waste that has flooded our country. Is the UWSC proving effective in disposing of solid waste products? Or is New South Wales becoming inundated by a steady flow of extraneous waste? According to the Environmental Protection and Heritage Council, commercial entities such as Visy, Adco Construction, and BR Plastics are some of the largest contributors of solid waste in New South Wales. It seems that the Department of Energy and Climate Change realised this because in 2005, a dumping levy was instituted. This meant that for every tonne of waste taken to a tip, $15 would be paid to the government. The intent behind the levy was to encourage recycling of solid waste, instead of getting rid of it in an environmentally harmful manner.
More than 6 million tonnes of waste goes to landfill in New South Wales each year, and much of this waste can be reused and recycled. The solid waste levy was an attempt at encouraging businesses to dispose of their refuse in a way that would not harm the environment.
In 2012, the dumping tax had increased to $95 per tonne, in an attempt to reduce the amount of waste sent to storage areas. This has, in turn, led to a staggering amount of claims from both the companies affected and the green groups regarding the seemingly extravagant levy. In fact, larger companies have taken to an alternate method for disposing of their refuse.
I believe that the low rate of recycling in commercial zones was brought about by, among other things, the difficulty of transportation of waste and the poor structural planning of industrial buildings used by the target business.
We have had some problems with the levy, mostly concerns regarding the pricing of the tax. While we are reviewing the amount that the dumping levy will be worth, there's been a noticeable leap in the amount of recycling that has occurred in New South Wales by companies large and small. In 2007, our state produced far in excess of the waste that our compatriots did. We needed to do something, and we have. Only time will tell as to the effectiveness of the dumping levy.
Some complain about the price of the dumping levy, sending their waste north to Queensland tips, who say that they have accepted 1,500 tonnes of solid waste from New South Wales in the past 3 months. The DECC made the waste tax in order to encourage recycling of solid waste, like plastics and metals. They have made it financially undesirable for small businesses to pay the high price.
Our work isn't finished yet. We have plans to improve our initiatives, including the dumping levy. By 2015, we hope to be able to lower the tax substantially and to contribute any leftover proceeds to additional recycling plans. No system is perfect, but we cannot afford for our waste to continue to accumulate any further. Our population is growing, and so is the amount of waste that we produce.
Martin Priest is one of the employees of a marine float production and maintenance company based out of Riverstone, New South Wales.
Waste is primarily metals. They get burned, collected. When it gets up a certain volume, they get taken to a recycler. Liquid matter gets stored up to a certain quantity. When they've got enough litres in one drum, for example, it also goes to a processor. As for the $95 to dump, that's kind of crazy because that's simply encouraging people to find cheap alternatives like the side of the road, a piece of bushland. We happen to be next to a big piece of bushland.
While some may question the price of the dumping levy, there is no denying that commercial and industrial recycling rates have increased following the institution of the UWSC's waste tax.
Our work isn't finished yet. We have plans to improve our initiatives, including the dumping levy. By 2015, we hope to be able to lower the tax substantially and to contribute any leftover proceeds to additional recycling plans. No system is perfect, but we cannot afford for our waste to continue to accumulate any further. Our population is growing, and so is the amount of waste that we produce.
The problem then becomes viability of payment for companies as a whole. While larger companies, such as Boral or Visy, won't be too put out by the dumping tax, smaller businesses would find that an easier and cheaper method would to ship the unwanted waste north, or to simply abandon it wherever they can. So is the dumping levy making more problems than it solves? As Minister Parker stated, only time will tell, and time is something that we are running out of.